Hello, and welcome back to the Satoshi Shift, where we stop talking about the future and start facing the economic reality of the now. Look around. Your savings account is losing money faster than it can gain interest. Groceries cost 20% more than last year. And the US national debt clock looks less like a tracker and more like a countdown timer to a national financial meltdown. For decades, we were told the US dollar was the bedrock of global finance, the ultimate safe haven. We were lied to. The dollar is dying, not in some distant future, but right now in your wallet every single day. Today, we are discussing the hard truth. As the dollar fails, Bitcoin is not just a new asset. It has become the only viable safe haven asset for the current economic climate. We need to understand why the traditional system has failed. This isn't about predicting the next recession. This is about acknowledging the one we are already in. First, inflation. The Federal Reserve prints money to solve every problem. That money devalues your money. This isn't theoretical economics. This is the reality of paying $6 for a gallon of milk. Inflation is a hidden tax, and it's eating your retirement savings right now. Then there's the debt. The US national debt is astronomical. Who pays for it? Future generations. No, you are paying for it through currency debasement today. The dollar's value is backed by faith in a government that cannot stop spending. Finally, there's centralization risk. When the system gets shaky, where do you turn? Your bank. We saw what happened in March 2023 with the Silicon Valley Bank collapse. People waited in line just to access their own money. In a centralized system, when the government or the bank decides, your money is not truly yours. The dollar is a promise that has been fundamentally broken by decades of mismanagement. So, if the dollar is failing, what about the traditional alternatives? Let's look at why they are not safe havens anymore. They are just slow assets. Take gold, the old guard. Gold is physical, hard to move, and slow to liquidate. More importantly, it is highly centralized. If you hold physical gold in a vault, who controls the key? The bank. In a true financial crisis, governments have historically confiscated gold. It is not censorship-resistant. What about real estate? You can't use your house to pay a bill in an emergency. It's liquid and tied directly to the local economy and interest rates, which are controlled by the very Fed we're trying to escape. And then there's treasury bonds. This is the ultimate irony. Buying treasury bonds means lending money to the very government whose debt addiction is causing the currency crisis in the first place. You are literally funding the problem you claim to be solving. The old safe havens are centralized, slow, or dependent on the system they are supposed to protect you from. They belong to the past. This brings us to the Satoshi Shift. Bitcoin is not speculative technology. It is financial self-defense designed for this exact moment. What makes Bitcoin the only true safe haven available today? First, absolute scarcity. Bitcoin's supply is capped at 21 million. No, not the Fed, not the president, not Jamie Dimon can mint more. This scarcity is a mathematically proven reality right now. It is the antithesis of the unlimited inflationary supply of the US dollar. Second, decentralization. This is the critical factor. Where is your Bitcoin stored? On a decentralized global ledger. It is not in a bank vault subject to bail-ins or freezes. It is censorship-resistant. When the banks closed their doors in 2023, Bitcoin's network kept running completely uninterrupted. That proved its immediate utility as a sanctuary. Third, digital liquidity. Gold takes time to sell. Real estate takes months. Bitcoin can be liquidated and moved across borders instantly 24/7 without permission. In a sudden financial panic, liquidity is king, and Bitcoin wears the crown. Bitcoin is the first truly global, permissionless, and politically neutral asset the world has ever seen. It's an escape hatch from a fiat system that is already burning. The shift here is fundamental. Stop viewing Bitcoin primarily as a tool to get rich. Start viewing it as a tool to stay solvent, a protective layer against monetary erosion. In the past, you invested in stocks to increase your wealth. Today, you must allocate to Bitcoin just to preserve your purchasing power. This is why institutions are shifting now. Large financial firms are not buying Bitcoin because they believe in some future blockchain revolution. They are buying it because they need an asset on their books that is non-correlative to government debt and immune to central bank policy. BlackRock and Fidelity are making the shift now. Are you? It's a practical step. If you truly want a safe haven, your focus should be on secure custody. Keeping your Bitcoin on an exchange defeats the purpose of decentralization. You must learn how to hold your own keys, ideally in what's known as cold storage. That's not a safe haven. But we need to apply the Satoshi Shift perspective. We must look at macro volatility relative to the dollar's so-called stability. Yes, Bitcoin moves wildly against the dollar in the short term. But over a 4-year cycle, Bitcoin has shown an unparalleled long-term trend of value appreciation. While the dollar's purchasing power has been a one-way street, straight down. Volatility is the price you pay for freedom from inflation. You are trading short-term price swings for long-term monetary sovereignty. When measured against the ultimate goal, preserving your labor and time, Bitcoin is demonstrably more stable than the dollar. The dollar is not waiting for permission to fall. It is already happening. The Satoshi Shift is about recognizing that we are past the point of discussing potential. The institutions have adopted it. The banking crises have proven its necessity. And the inflation figures demand it. Bitcoin is the present reality of financial independence. It is the only safe haven designed for a hyper-financialized, debt-ridden, and centrally controlled world. Don't wait for the mainstream media to tell you the dollar is dead. Protect yourself now. If you understand that financial freedom is a choice you have to make today, hit that like button. And subscribe to the Satoshi Shift so you don't miss our next video on practical DeFi strategies you can use in the present moment. Thanks for watching.